Hi, this is my video for the empathy assignment, and I will be doing this assignment with my boyfriend Isaac, and he is on the phone with me, so you will be able to hear his responses to the different positions. And the topic we will be discussing is jobs. Now, my position is that I would rather have a high-paying job even if I wasn't really completely happy in it. And his position is that he would rather have a job that makes him feel happy, regardless of what the salary is. And the reason why I think I'm right is because I feel like I would rather be secure than be focused on my own happiness. I guess feeling secure is something that I would put first because obviously I wouldn't want to worry about whether or not I would be able to have a home to sleep in for the night or a place to sleep. And I would want to feel very secure knowing that my family has a place to stay and my kids have a place to sleep. There's food on the table, that medical bills can be paid, that there's no debt to worry about. Some other expenses like car insurance, life insurance, things like that, and also bills in general, as well as taxes. Those are all things to worry about, and I feel like I would definitely put all of those things first because I feel like I have to. Those things are really important to worry about. And for me personally, I would love to stay living in the Bay Area, and obviously it is very expensive here. So I always put money first, or the thought of money first, and I aim to make a lot of money working as an engineer, and that's my main motivation. And I'm not sure yet if I will be completely happy with my job because it is a very stressful career to have, but I am hoping, obviously, that I will be happy in my job, but if I'm not, I will be fine with it and stick with it.
My reasons why you should do what you love rather than working for a high paycheck is because when you enjoy what you're doing, the rewards are just more than monetary. It's things like happiness and increased passion, like more internal rewards, and that makes up for a smaller paycheck that you might have for doing something you love. And your quality of the work you do is going to be way better. Because when people are forced to do work, it's very draining and it might feel very repetitive. Every job has this issue, but like if you're passionate about it, it's very likely that your work is just going to be a lot better. At least you'll have the drive to do better at the very least, and your workflow will improve over time. And then when work is not forced, it might feel repetitive and very jarring, and like an autonomous cycle repeating itself over and over again. But when you're enjoying it, it feels like a stepping stone in your journey, everything you do. And instead of just being repetitive, this is the same task over and over again, you'll always be improving, building on the past of what you've been doing in your job while enjoying it. And you'll be a lot less stressed as well, and that will lead to healthier habits in all aspects of your life. Money can make dreams come true, and money can also take everything away. So it's almost a double-edged sword. But these are some of my reasons why you should do what you love rather than trying to earn a high paycheck.
So the reason why Isaac is right to think the way that he does is because obviously it would be more fulfilling to be able to be happy within your job. And it's something that I know that everybody wants. You know, everybody wants to be happy and also feel comfortable. And he's right to put happiness before money, because happiness is something that we always value in our lives and something we typically put first. And if it were my choice, I would also like to be happy, but at the same time, keep a high-paying job.
The things that Cassie said that stood out to me about her stance was that there's more peace of mind, you know, there's more stability. And with that stability, you know, there's a lot of choices you can make, because there's a lot of things you're not going to be worrying about. You could live where you want. There's medical issues, at least payment-wise, will be taken care of, and that's really important, you know. And
so overall, it really isn't important who is right or wrong, because obviously we should be able to come to an agreement depending on where we want to live and what salary we make. But the main reason why it's not important is because I live my own life and he lives his own life. So I would be able to have the high-paying job that I want, and he would be able to have the job that makes him really happy with whatever salary he gets. And obviously this wouldn't really interfere between us unless there was a money issue. But as long as we are stable, we will be okay. So there is truth in all four perspectives. Obviously, I'm going to think that the reason I think I'm right is the right one, but there is truth in it because we need to feel stable in life, and everybody wants to be comfortable. Nobody wants to be struggling and worrying about money. So obviously, my opinion is definitely one that many can agree with and is very important. I think that all families should consider what salary they're making and if they're feeling comfortable or not. And if they aren't, they should aim a bit higher if they can. And the reason why he thinks he's right, there is truth in that as well. Obviously, people want to be happy, and happiness is always put first. So there is truth in what he said. And I think that happiness is great for one's mental health, and that it can be beneficial in a lot of ways, especially all the ways that he listed and all of the reasons he gave for wanting a job that would make him feel happy. And there is truth in thinking that we are both right, because those two things kind of come hand in hand. The two things that we desire are things that most would desire together. Obviously, it's hard to just pick one over the other. I feel like when it's needed, one needs to narrow it down. Sometimes we can't have the best of both worlds, and we just have to pick and choose. You know, do we want to be really happy, or do we want to make enough money? And for the fourth position, there is truth that it isn't really important which side is right or wrong, because like I said before, we both each live our own lives and we can do whatever we please in our own lives. And even if we were going to live together in the future or whatnot, as long as we are fine and comfortable, you know, there is no reason to argue over, jobs or anything like that. As long as he's happy and I'm happy, then that's good. And in conclusion, I feel like I am very much able to understand the other side, and I actually do agree that his position on this particular topic is really important to consider. I obviously would not really want to be stuck at a job for the rest of my life if I wasn't happy with it. So it is definitely something that I will think more about. And I don't think it was necessarily difficult because I already feel like happiness is something we always consider. So it wasn't difficult to think about and put myself in his position. Obviously, I put the money first, but happiness would probably come second to that. And in certain situations, I would put happiness first. It just depends. And I learned a lot about this particular assignment. I feel like it's good to put yourself in another person's perspective and think about their reasoning behind why they feel a certain way on a particular topic. I learned more about his reasoning behind wanting a job that makes him feel happy. Some things that I didn't really think about before were how happiness can improve your workflow and how great you do in your job. It was something that I didn't really consider before, but I can understand that if you weren't happy in your job, you probably wouldn't be doing good in your job or putting in 100% compared to someone that is really happy with their job. So yeah, that was everything. And thank you for watching.